Hello, Aries. Welcome in or welcome back to Midnight Morning Readings. Thank you for viewing me today. We're going to take a peek into your 2024 messages to see how March is going for you. So, your overarching energy for the year was strategy. And so, this was going to be remember, this is a year of you reevaluating your situation and really kind of holding back and going against maybe your your nature, your natural nature that you have, and really instead of just charging in full force and figuring out the pieces later, this is really going to be a year for you taking a step back and really planning and laying out the groundwork before you make a decision. So for March, um So for March, okay, you got the Eight of Swords. So you're trapped in your own thoughts. You're in your head, Aries. Okay, so this I'm really feeling that this particular month, um, this is a struggle for you, especially with us going into your birth season, into which is also the beginning of the astrological year because Aries is the first sign. This Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really feeling like this has been a struggle, a month for you because um, you might be needing to hold off instead of just going in and taking charge and just taking control of a situation. You've been having to hold back and you're questioning whether or not that strategy is the best strategy. And you're getting trapped in your own head is what I'm feeling is as you're closing out this first quarter of the year and you're going into your birth season. This is really you're trapped in your own head, in your own thoughts. So with that being said, the energy card that came out for the month of March for you, Aries, was your sixth chakra. And what I'm feeling with this being trapped in your own head is you are questioning whether or not the messages that you're receiving from spirit and what your intuition is correct. You're questioning everything that you have going on right now, and you're like, is this right? Is this wrong? Because you are taking that step back, right? So you're keeping that sixth chakra open, but it's just you keep questioning, am I understanding, is my gut correct, am I doing what I should be doing? You're constantly doing the what if, the am I doing this correctly? And it's not normal for you. It's not your normal pattern of behavior. And this is causing you to have questions about whether or not what you're doing is correct. So let's get what clarifier. So you also got the throat chakra. So with this and being trapped in your own head, for the month, laying out this strategy, the clarify what spirit is telling you for this month, as you're coming into your birth season, is you really need to think about your communication patterns. Keep that throat chakra open as you're receiving these messages. Instead of being trapped in your own head, maybe you need to be talking with somebody, or you even just need to be, maybe even so much, because your throat chakra is about communication, right? So it's your fifth chakra, and it's all about the messages that you are relaying. Those don't necessarily mean that those are verbal messages. They could be written messages, they could be nonverbal messages. It's what you are communicating and what you're receiving and how you're interpreting that. So maybe instead of, constantly getting trapped in your own head, maybe you need to get a journal. Maybe you need to write some things out, and really just try and put your thoughts on paper, and that will help you not only get yourself out of your own head, but it will help you really start visualizing um, the words in front of you, as far as laying out that strategy or that battle plan, so to speak. So the other clarifier gave you was sacrifice, and so this is a hanged man, right? So these are major arcana cards that are really coming through, and with this sacrifice, you're feeling like, as I'm going through, and I'm instead of being, leading the charge, you're developing the plan. And are you feeling like you're giving up a part of yourself in order to move forward? But I also think that you're seeing progress. It's just not moving at the pace that you're accustomed to seeing it move. You're used to it's moving very quickly or very, very intentionally. And this, having a very strategic plan and thought process in place, I'm really feeling that it's not moving at the pace that you want it to, but having that different perspective of looking at things differently, it is moving. It's just slow. It's just slower for you. Okay. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw patience come out. Oh, I forgot. This is you did get patience this month. And as far as your message card that came out, so when you're sitting there, that was the clarify, the message card that came out for you for March was patience. And this just totally goes into everything that we just talked about. And you've got patience, and it may pop up in your additional clarifiers, but like I said, you're used to things moving very, very quickly, more forcefully, or more um, definitively. And now you're going at a slower pace, and you're struggling with it a little bit because it is working, but you're not used to just going at a slower, more steady pace. And so, that's what this patience, is talking about. It's you need to slow down. These messages that you're getting from spirit that is helping to guide you as you are moving through this year is very, very solid. It's very, very definitive as you're moving forward. So the other message they gave you shadow work, right? So this is moon energy, which definitely ties into your sixth chakra. So this is all about intuition. And this can also come into being trapped in fear, right? Because you're trapped in your own head and you're constantly going round and round, arguing with yourself, and as opposed to actually talking these things out. So this is that shadow work that's coming in, and it's really working on that self, that internal turmoil, not necessarily, or turmoil, but really evaluating what you need to let go of and what you need to keep, what is helping you and what is not. And it takes patience. It takes very intentional thought process as you're navigating through this, because, okay, you got the Nine of Wands. All right. So, you're, this is very, very much similar energy. Being, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Wands, this is, getting trapped in your own thoughts, but this is kind of the calm after the storm, so to speak. It's like you feel like you've done the battle, but now you have to very, very much think about the aftermath for it. And maybe you've never really had to do that before. And it doesn't mean that you have to suffer in silence. It doesn't mean that you have to get stuck in your head and that you can't move forward. It just means that you have to take that step back. And you have to really be patient. You have to really think about the strategy and the possible outcomes to those actions, because, okay, so you got the High Priestess, right? And so, when you're talking about, receiving, I'm sorry, you didn't get the High Priestess, you got the Empress. Um, this is all about you know, when you have the Empress that comes in, she's a very, this is a very motherly, this is a very nurturing energy that is coming in. And so basically with this clarifier, you know, that is coming in, this final clarifier that's coming in for you, Aries, it's just telling you, you know, it's okay to feel the way that you're feeling. It's okay, you know, to do this. And the steps that you are going through and this, you know, what is happening in your thought process as you go, it's natural. Okay, it may not feel natural, but it's a natural part of the process. And it's just letting you know that the feelings and the emotions that you are having right now and struggle, they're normal. Okay, it's what you do with them and how you're responding to them that makes the difference. And so, you know, when you're getting the, you know, the Empress that's coming in, this is confirmation from Spirit that they're here with you. They're helping you to work through the situation that you're in, because you are making progress. And sometimes taking that step back does require a lot of patience. It does require you to maybe not necessarily go in full gusto, and that you need to just take time for yourself. You don't have to do it alone, but don't get too stuck in your own head, in your own thoughts, because you are moving forward. Don't feel like you're not, that you're stuck. You are moving forward. It's just going at a lot slower pace than what you were hoping for or what you were anticipating for. So let's go ahead and get a message from Spirit for this, as far as how this all ties together for you, Aries, because they gave you imagine. Look at the beauty of this card, Aries. Okay. You also see the moon that's in here. This is the same energy that is coming in. This is moon energy. Okay. It's also your intuition, which is your sixth chakra. So this is very much Spirit coming through and confirming that the messages that you are receiving from Spirit are spot on. You are interpreting them correctly. You are working through the situation in the path that you are meant to, and that Spirit is with you. This is confirmation that this is here for you. It's a very beautiful energy. Okay. And it's very, very internal, and it's very, very intuitive energy that is coming through. And it may not feel normal for you, but it's a very, very pure message that's coming from Spirit to you, and you are receiving it correctly. Okay. Very, very encouraging reading for you as you're moving through, you know, going into, you know, your birth season, you know, as you're closing out the first quarter of the year, going into April. Very, very confirmation you're on the right track, Aries. You're on the right track and you're doing exceptional. So that is your monthly check-in on March for your 2024 messages. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit that like, subscribe, and share button on your way out, and we'll see you back here next time. Take care.